Okay, hi. Rob here from Happy Habitat. This is the enclosure we built on our live stream last week. This is version 1 of this. This was my very first attempt, and it works, but that's about it. It's very weak. I didn't glue the sides. I just used silicone on them, so this kind of split back here. I constantly had to repair it. So I'll show more of this when we're finished here, but today I am rehousing Morticia. She's a green bottle blue. She's back here somewhere, and I hate doing this. I'm not going to lie. I hate doing this because it's very unpredictable would be the nice way to put it. And notice how much dust there was on here. So I was going to put both enclosures in a tote, so I had a little buffer in case she got away, but they don't fit. So there's that. I don't have a tote big enough to put them both in. So we're up here on top of the workstation, and she's right back here. And that is going to be a pain because I was hoping she would be in her skull, that I can just pick up the skull and move it over. So I have live plants in here, and there's a lot of stuff for her. And I kind of wish I didn't now, because now I have to take it all out and hope she doesn't run out the back. And I don't think I have a catch cup. No, I do not. I forgot. So let me look in the other room here. I'll see what I have. Hopefully there's something I can... No. Well, this is unfortunate. So I'm going to pause this here for a second while I run and get a catch cup. And for me, it could be anywhere from a minute to 10 minutes till I find one. For you, it's going to be instant. Be right back. And okay, I knew I had one ready. I just didn't know where I put it. I had to go all the way upstairs and get it. It only took me about a minute. So, all right, here we have a catch cup. That's in case she makes a run for it. And it's going to be very unfortunate if she does, because I'm in my basement. My workshop's in my basement, and anybody that has one knows how many nooks and crannies are in the cement, the concrete, the brick, everywhere. So, if you can't tell by the tone of my voice, I am very, very, very apprehensive in doing this. I am looking for something. I want a tweezer or something to pull these plants out or cut them, but I don't want to disturb her and have her bolt. I wonder if I can just get her to run and hide and see if that'll help. So my paintbrush is here. Yes, I do. All right. So when doing this, you want to use something with soft bristles, okay? Because even though they do have an exoskeleton, they are sensitive. You can hurt them if you use something stiff bristled. Even this is a little stiffer than I like. A makeup brush is ideal, the big fluffy ones, but again, not great. So I don't know how I can get her to go. Pick that up. I'm taking you on this whole ride. I'm going to post this. There's not going to be any edits. Nothing. It's just going to be me panicking and getting ready to do this. Now, I've had her 2.5 years or so. Pretty sure it's a her. And this is only the second time I've housed her. The first one, she was in one of those, when she was a sling, she was in one of those like 8x8 cubes. And then I moved her up to this pretty quickly, because my thoughts on it are, as long as you're careful in feeding, you put the food near them, they'll find it without a problem. And it's not, they're not like snakes and lizards where they need lots of hides to feel secure. They make their own hides. You can see she's destroyed her own web. Let me see if I think she's going to crawl up the back if I spray her down. I don't have holes in the back. The other one, the lid, has the holes down the middle. See, I think she went in the back because I just misted her down earlier today. I like doing it over the holes like this. It gives it like a raindrop effect instead of just having it go in one area. Like some people like to overfill the water bowl, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You do it how you do it as long as you get the humidity up. I just prefer the raindrop effect. That way I'm getting it end to end, and there's a nice moisture gradient from the front to the back. And I think that's why she's in the back. So, all right, here goes everything and nothing, including my sanity. Now, I'm not worried about getting bit. Okay, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. But they don't have a very, very potent venom as far as for people or mammals go. I'm more worried about her getting away because she's my first, she's my beloved, and she is beautiful. So I can't even get the water bottle down there to get her into it. Unless, all right, let me get the catch cup and put it somewhere in reach. Move that out of the way. I just keep moving everything out of the way because I don't want nothing in the way. These are items that we're going to have for sale. And those are, what the hell these are? We're going to put this here. Now, ideally, what I want is for her to go up into this, okay, without any problems. Stay in it. Let me go from here to here. Set it down like this. Start getting the lid on. And then use the brush to get her out if she doesn't go out on her own. That's the plan. We all know plans change. So I reorganize this a little bit because I do want to put some of the real plants back in here for her. She seems to like them. Okay, here goes my nerves. And this is... Oh, wow, that's sticky. That's the thing. These are just a J channel from Home Depot or something. This one, I make these. I designed and printed this from scratch for a sliding top. My brush, my catch cup. All right, this is gonna suck. I don't want to. I really don't want to do this. And this thing just keeps sticking. This is bad. I want to try to get her to hide. That's the whole thing. Yeah, now this is something that we all work through, right? Come on. I hope she's not in the middle of a molt. I just thought of that. I don't think she is. It doesn't look like pre-molt behavior. Okay, there she goes over here now by the cork. You know what? She hasn't plumped up, so I don't think it's a molt. But at the same time, her posturing and behavior, I don't want to interrupt her. Because I don't know when the last time she had a molt. I know there was one molt under the skull here. Because when she molts, she webs up the bottom of it, like the top of the head on the skull, and makes it like a little apartment. She crawls up in there, and that's where she does her thing, and then she comes out after she's all hardened up again. So, oh, Jesus. Wow, this is stuck on there. All right. See, and green bottle blues are notoriously fast. This is what makes it even more irritating. They're very, very fast. See, I can't even get that on her. If I move the cork, she's going to run. Wow. All right. See, I can't even get that down onto her. Yep. See, she's going to run if I get her on, if I move that cork. See how weak this is? All right. I'm going to snip that plant quick because that's in the way. She's stressed. You see people do this on YouTube and they do it in like 5 minutes. Well, that's because they've got cuts and cuts and more cuts. Okay. Easy, girl. All right. I hate to cut these apart, but they'll reroot the way they are. See, this one goes all the way out here. That's a bigger one. This was one little sprig like this when I put it in there. There's a reason I didn't live stream this instead of just recorded. All right. Gosh darn it, that's heavy. I really wish she was inside that skull or even inside the cork. It'd make my life so much easier doing this. Oh, whew. It didn't scare her, so that's good. Kind of, I guess. Oh, there's the water bottle. I want her to climb into that, but I can't get it down there far enough. And now it's disorienting me. Oh, shit. See, she's on the move now. See, this is such a pain in the ass. It really, really is. Okay, the skull's out, which is good. Gonna watch. Set that down. Now we're gonna close this back up because that skull is gonna be going into her new hide because she really, really likes it. So we're gonna do this, and I wish I had. I know I have gloves down here. I think I used the last of them because there is a molt inside here. See what she does there? See all the webbing? And you can see her molt right here on this side. There's actually, yeah, there's only one in there. So that's good. And I need to get it out of there. But the urticating hairs are a pain in the butt. They will make you itch. And even on a molt, they have the hairs. So I just want to get the molt out. And I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but that is so creepy. It's the spider leg hanging out. Try not to damage them, because you want to make sure it's a good molt. That gives you an idea of how healthy your tea is. There we go. Yeah, this is dry. This one's been in there for a little while. So we're going to take that back out. All right, got the molt out. And now we're going to make sure there's nothing else in there. There's a leg there. 2 legs. Molts, not real legs. I really think I'm just going to take all this webbing off of here. I don't like doing that. You kind of want to leave a little on there, just a little taste of home, so to speak, for them. But I do want to get all the bits and pieces of her old skeleton out. I think they have a very, very, very sticky web. Even when it's dry, it still has a tendency to stick to pretty much everything. There we go. All right. So now this is going to go back in here, or in here for her. So it's going to go right in the middle, like that. And then we'll put this, move this forward, put this like that. Now I'm hoping she went on the bottle on her own, but of course she wouldn't. She's back over in that corner. I'm glad I used a heavier base on these. Wow, this is so hard to open. I don't think I can direct her into that. The plant is above her too. See, live plants are beautiful, but they're a pain in the ass. All right. I feel really bad because I'm destroying everything and she's watching me do it. I wonder if I can clip this without scaring her. Okay. Look how big that is. It's beautiful. I think I'm going to put this one back in there. I don't know why I'm whispering. I guess, I don't know. You know, they sense vibration and all that, so. I really wish I did this inside a tote. So, all right, there she is. I don't know if you can see her. You zoom it up, can't zoom in like that. Sorry. All right. So this plant was barely sprig when I put it in. Okay, let it grow. Just chill there. I'm gonna... Whoa, shit. Snip that one. See, I wasn't ready. All right. The bottle is in position. Now we're gonna... Shit, forgot about that one. These are purple hearts, by the way. It's the name of the plant. Oh, shit. The bottle fell on her. Crap. I know I shouldn't be cursing. She's going to make a run up the backside here. And I left the bottle in there like an idiot. Crap. All right. I needed to get in that bottle, but I don't have any long enough to go down into it. I'm recording 21 minutes doing this. All right. Maybe I will have to make cuts. All right. Pause for a second. Take a step back and took a breath. You didn't need to hear or see that. All right. This is where it's going to get sketchy. There you go. She's in the bottle. We're quick. Oh, shit. Okay, she's in the bottle. Need the lid on. Now, here's the other hard part, okay? Because they like to climb up. So maybe that's not the hard part. Maybe I'm just going to leave her in there and let her come out on her own. Although I know I can get her out with the spray bottle, which I have to fill her water dish anyway. So let's do this. All right, there we go. Now she's in. Why is this? This should not be out like that. I don't like the way this looks. Fortunately, this isn't one I'm going to be selling. This is the one for her. So this is version 2. This is version 1. Got the catch cup. Okay, so the water bottle method worked. Now I need her to come out. So we're going to do this. And just get some raindrops down in the bottle. Let me see if I can move this light. Is that glaring? That's too much of a glare. Let me turn this one off above me. Okay, so you guys missed a lot of the stuff because I had that glared. Oh, shoot. Okay. Didn't want to do that. That's for the microphone. This light's at 100%. Let me... Got no way to really do this. Nice. So that light's getting turned back on. Now she is down inside her... Yeah, her butt's down the back. So I can... I just don't want her to run out the top and out the back end here. So I think I'm just going to let her go. And what we're going to do, I'm going to cut this here for now. And when she comes out, I'll start recording again and show it. So while we're waiting, I'll take this off the stand and let me move these over, show you my very first enclosure that I built. That's this right here. You can see the edges here. They're just silicone inside and out because the way they lay on here, there's a gap right through here. So I ran silicone inside and out. The top is a plastic J channel from Home Depot or Lowe's or something. And because it's plastic, it swells and it shrinks, and the humidity really affects it. It's a very, very thin. It almost feels like PVC, to be honest with you. The handle here is a sticky cabinet handle from Amazon. I got a pack of 10 for like $8 or something. And that served its purpose well. That was probably the only good thing. Here I did have an LED strip light going across. It sat back here. And then it just kind of lost its interest. I didn't like it. Now on the shelf, I actually have an LED light that spans around the whole shelf. And I have it on like a purplish blue to simulate moonlight. Yeah, I mean, the substrate mix, that's my own mix. That's the pre-bag mix. Real plants, that skull was in here. I said the plants in there at the back. That is a Gorilla Glue and substrate background, and that held up better than any other one or any of the lizard cages that I made. See Clint's Reptiles for how he does that. It's actually a really fun technique, and it holds up very well. You can see these holes. These were hand drilled, each and every one. Now, she was a sling, a little bigger than a sling when I put her in this. I'd say a young juvenile. So I was worried about her being able to fit out. So these are hand drilled twice. Use a small bit and then another bit to go through, and then the drill bit keeps gunking up with the hot acrylic. You got to constantly clean it. And there's holes there, and on the sides, same thing. And I did them along the back here. And when I realized I wasn't holding humidity, and I learned more about them, and I learned about airflow and things like that, that's how we came up with this. These are done on a CNC machine. You can see they're a little bit cleaner, more evenly spaced. And there's only holes on each side. The holes are a little bit bigger to allow more airflow, but there's none across the back, just on the sides, because as the air comes in through here, it comes in, and when it gets humid, it'll go down and then go back up to the top. So it's almost like a constant airflow. I do usually keep a small oscillating fan running on low in my room just to keep the airflow going for these guys. I used real wood in this one, cork bark, things like that, and it looked really, really nice. Looked beautiful. Problem is sometimes you get mold on them, especially when it's a little more damp. Like these guys like it a little humid. That's why the moss is there on the spider wood. Actually, I can open this. Sorry, getting so close. Let me do that, because she's not in there right now. So, oh, there goes the light. It just startled her, I'm sure. But you can see the moss there, and the real plants, they help aerate the soil and allow the moisture to pass through. I use a very porous, quote unquote, a very loose soil. I usually mix sand with it because that helps the moisture go to the bottom. And as it goes to the bottom, it evaporates. It has to come up through the top layers and then out, so it maintains humidity better. But yeah, this is version 1, and when I made it, I was very, very proud of it. I was very happy with the way it came out. And I got about 2 years out of it before things started going wrong, like this back here. This isn't so bad now, this back corner. But this, yeah, see, let me zoom in there. And you can see the separation. So it was time for a change. And that's when I did this. I use CA glue to hold these all in place. And then I go through on the insides all the way up. You can see the silicone, the clear silicone. I do every corner inside, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all 8 corners. These down here where it touches in the bottom and then up the side to maintain, make sure it's waterproof. And that was something too yesterday down in here. Earlier today or last night, whenever I misted her down, the soil was kind of dry. I actually had water seeping out from this corner. So he said it was just time for a change. And now as soon as she gets out of her bottle, I'll take it out and she'll have free reign of the place. He said everything inside except for the skull is produced by me at Happy Habitat Decor. That background there, I wouldn't even call it background, just the branch silicone to the back that allows for some anchor points. She likes to climb, so it is, the layer lines in it do allow some better foothold. I did put some natural things in there. That's some air plants. They're hot glued to there. Hot glue is non-toxic. And this is one of our half logs. I put moss over the top of that to give it a look and help maintain some humidity. And that's just a branch. The way they like to do tunnel webs. So I'm sure that right there, that middle is going to be webbed up probably in a couple days after she gets settled in. So now that she's in, I don't know if that's going to focus. Probably not because there's water droplets. See if I can get her. Barely. See, she's still down there hiding. And she'll come out when she's ready. And when she's ready, I'll pull the bottle out and get her fed. And that'll be it. So, that's enough of this for today. I've kept you long enough through all my apprehension and stress and anxiety and BS that comes along with rehousing your tarantula technically for the second time. Talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.